Invitational Press Conference. My name is Andy Williams, and I am one of the MCs for this morning's press conference, as well as the chairperson for the LIT Media Committee. This year is the 71st Annual Luther Invitational Tournament, and we are so excited to continue this community tradition. I would like to take this time to thank all of you for being in attendance today. This tournament would not be possible without your support. In attendance today, there are many important LIT figures, including coaches, directors, advisors, Angela Tillier, and special guest Rob Vanstone. The Luther Invitational Tournament highlights the importance of community collaboration, hard work, and dedication rooted in a long history of tradition. For months, the students here at Luther have been busy preparing to make this tournament a success, and we're excited to invite teams from all over Western Canada to make this tournament one to remember.
Good morning. My name is Goria Gishan, and I'm a grade 11 student here at Luther, and a member of this year's LIT Media Committee. I'm pleased to be the other MC for this morning's press conference. Luther College acknowledges that the Luther Invitational Tournament takes place on Treaty 4 territory, the traditional land of the Cree, Saulteaux, Dakota, Lakota, Nakota, and Anishinaabe peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. This year's tournament theme is Hollywood, and you probably noticed the talented student art around the school as you walked in. They are all working extremely hard to bring the glitz and glamour of Hollywood to life. Now, we would like to express our gratitude for everyone involved in this tournament, as we could not do this without your support. To begin our conference, I would like to invite the tournament director, Mr. Troy Casper, to welcome you all on behalf of the LIT staff.
Good morning. I'm going to sit here and you just see my phone blowing up from coach here, coach there, team here, friend here, tickets for that, tickets for this. Hey, can you put 15, 16, 25 tickets away on this and that? Right? And this is kind of how it's been the last number of days, which is a bit of a sign. It's a bit of a tale to me, because you look back at all the different things over a number of years, and I said to Mr. Sundin this morning when I walked in, we started putting all this stuff up, and students are helping us put this stuff up, and look back at 2000 of this, and you start looking at all the artwork. It's amazing how fast time goes. And I even look at Drew Hunter, or Mr. Hunter, put this 60 years of LIT. This is 10, 12 years ago. This was made. It literally feels like yesterday sometimes. So this is completely outdated by over a decade, and it's still something I can look back and use. We did over 10 years ago. It was old then, we thought. So we just keep going, especially over the last 7, 8 years, how we get to the point where we are now. So a few things. I want to make sure we thank and welcome all the teams that are coming from out of province or out of Regina. And I know that they're not here, and they're hopefully trying to get their way here today with all the snow. And again, lots of emails and text messages about that. But we just keep rolling. But I want to welcome the teams from in the city as well. We know that it costs a lot of money for teams to go, to come to the tournament, especially from out of province. But it also costs a lot of time for coaches and players from in the city. So welcome to all those teams that are here from in the city and out of province and out of city. I'd like to thank our local media sources. So a lot of media, between all the different sources around Regina. So thank you for being here. It means a lot to have you. Part of our community is not just the people, but it's also the people behind the camera, behind the interviews, which gives all of our students and all the players a platform to actually sit back and showcase their talents. Whether it be the artwork, whether it be the halftime shows, whether it be the actual playing of the games. It gives us a platform. It gives these students and youth a platform. And without that, it's hard to recognize the amount of work that goes in. So thank you to all of our media that's here this weekend. And every weekend, from everything we do. Things I love, and I got 3 things, and I'll pass it on. I love to see all the different faces, the faces from the past, old LIT special guests, old teachers, old coaches that come in. I get messages from guys like Glenn Zabel, from old school, an old Campbell coach, from him during LIT time. All those old faces and voices that come back, even from when I was playing in it. So we'd love to see all the faces of LIT. Really love seeing all the young kids running around at LIT at half times and doing different things, because what that does is it creates a community. We can talk a lot about, in our school, about the community we use and the volunteers we have, but it's the support of those outside the school. And the LIT became more than just a school, more of a community of Regina atmosphere. And it's even across Western Canada. So again, I look back at this book, look back at all the different faces that are in this book, lots that are even here this weekend, and I give a lot of thanks to them. know a lot of coaches, a lot of tradition, a lot of the coaches, they're coaching in this tournament. So I think about Matty Humbert from Saskatoon Centennial Chargers. Her dad was my coach at Luther when I played here. So I think about Paul Humbert. His daughter's now coaching in the tournament. I think about RT from Martin, played at Belfer, coached at Belfer. Okay? Lots of things. I think about different coaches. I think about Mr. Sandin. Playing in football, grew up in Saskatchewan, knowing about LIT and basketball. There's a lot of great details. So again, we want to welcome everybody here, and a special welcome to our special guest, which I know they're going to introduce you, Rob Vanstone, and for your 30+ years, 35, 36, how many years? LIT? 37th year of LIT coverage. Can't make that up. That's impossible. Okay? So thank you all. Thank you for being here this weekend and all the conversation. 37 years of coverage. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Mr. Casper. The entire Luther tournament and community is beyond grateful for all your hard work and dedication. We would now like to introduce this year's special guest.
As we celebrate the 71st Annual Luther Invitational Tournament, we would like to honor this year's special guest, Rob Vanstone. Rob Vanstone is proud to have grown up and lived in Regina all his life. Mr. Vanstone first kicked off his career as a sports writer for the Regina Leader-Post in 1987. He then became the assistant sports editor in 1995, columnist in 1996, and sports editor from 2001 to 2023. He wrote a range of articles varying in coverage of the 2 Olympics, 3 Memorial Cups, the Rough Riders, Regina Pats, 9 Grey Cups, the 2002 Little League World Series, and numerous Canadian curling championships. Mr. Vanstone is the writer of 4 sports books and has received countless prestigious awards, including becoming part of the Regina Sports Hall of Fame in 2023. Mr. Vanstone is noted as a dog lover, avid jazz enthusiast, a Denver Broncos and Winnipeg Jets fan, a John F. Kennedy history buff, and proud Regina resident. Rob shares many connections with Luther College High School. Mark Anderson, who retired in 2023 as Luther's principal after 36 years, is a beloved friend of Vanstone. Rob Vanstone's involvement with LIT as a journalist dates back to over 3 decades ago. In fact, he still covers LIT today on the tournament's website. Mr. Vanstone helps to make LIT a special and unique tournament through his valuable contributions to our media coverage. We would now like to give Rob a warm Luther welcome as we invite him to the front.
Hi, Candy. Isn't Candy cute? Thanks for getting the dog picture. It's funny, Troy held up the program for the 60 years of LIT thing and said that it was outdated. I'm 60 years old. I'm outdated too. So everything is fitting together. I could talk for hours about this tournament. I'm going to try and condense it to about 3.5 hours. Okay. You're going to miss some classes. I'm sitting around. I was trying to think of how to distill what this tournament means to all of us, what it means to us, how it resonates. And I think what it comes down to is it's the purity of sport, celebrated every year, emphasized every year. For one of the few times in my life, I actually got here today early for something, really early, because I was so worried about the snow, and then it was fine. So I went wandering around, and I peered through the window looking into the other gym, and the first thing I saw was on the far left side, peering through that door, sportsmanship. Says it all. And it's emphasized every year, every minute of this tournament. Even when the awards are handed out at the end, it's not most valuable player, it's most valuable, most sportsman-like player. Like, every time you come to Luther, LIT, what do you hear? You're pleased, or thank you. Is there anything you need? Can I help you? Thank you for coming. You really need that 48 slice of pizza. Everybody is so overwhelmingly nice every year, and I think everybody who comes to this tournament every year feels like a special guest because of the generosity and the warmth that are synonymous with this tournament. The basketball is amazing. I've already alluded to the pizza. I wish I could bring my dog, but I'm going to try and sneak her into the show or the dog obstacle course on Saturday. But basketball is a vehicle for so many wonderful things to happen. For the students to do everything that needs to be done, from the sharing committees to the most menial tasks that are performed with smiles and devotion. It's an amazing rallying of resources every year. When you look at the size of this school and juxtapose that with the enormity of this tournament in the local sporting sector, in the national sporting sector, when you look at it compared to tournaments across Canada, it really is amazing and overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed by this wonderful honor, and I thank you so much for it. And I've enjoyed all but 2 LITs since 1988. I had to miss 2. And this one will be even more special than all the previous ones, and that's saying something. I've absolutely loved it and cherished every minute of it. Thank you so much for your time, and now for the introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Vanstone. We're so excited to have you as this year's special guest and hope you enjoy the tournament. We would now like to introduce the Luther Senior Boys team to the tournament and invite team coach Jeremy Sundin to briefly introduce his team.
Thank you, Gord, and thank you, Rob Vanstone. Morning, athletes, coaches, guests, faculty, and students. Students, I'm going to need your help in a minute right now. So first, I'd like to welcome everyone to the 71st Annual LIT. We want to welcome all the athletes and coaches to this distinguished tournament. The Luther Invitational Tournament is unique for a variety of reasons, and Rob, I love that term, purity of sport. I'd like to highlight a few reasons of my own as well. First, this tournament is student-led. Nearly 60 students this year joined over 10 committees to help host this incredible event. The students are the main driving force behind the tournament theme, the artwork, the pep rally, scorekeepers, the banquet, and even this media conference here today. Second, LIT builds community. This event brings the Luther community together. Former players, former coaches, former faculty, and former students return to Luther each year to enjoy the tournament. Not only does it bring the Luther community together, but it also brings the larger Regina and Saskatchewan basketball community together. Not every game will reach capacity, but almost every game will see a couple hundred fans enjoying the basketball competition and all that this tournament has to offer. Third, the spirit of LIT, and Rob alluded to it earlier. The original tournament was designed to bring youth together in basketball competition in order to foster sportsmanship and teamwork. These values still hold true today. We always ask our fans to cheer to support their team and not to cheer against any other team. At this tournament, if you shoot an air ball, you will not hear a ruckus crowd chanting air ball. In fact, at this tournament, if you're playing us and you hit a 3, don't be surprised if you hear an applause. Finally, this tournament has been built over the past 71 years by remarkable faculty who have dedicated countless hours in supporting the students to make this tournament go off without a hitch. From John Chaumet, the founder of the tournament in 1953, to the current director, Mr. Troy Casper, the faculty involved at every level of this tournament are top-notch. A credit once again to the spirit of LIT. So to the athletes, take a minute and enjoy all this tournament has to offer. Go for a walk and enjoy the artwork. You can see it behind and around the gyms. Enjoy the banquet, and whatever challenge the committee poses, be ready to act, sing, or dance to the entertainment of everyone. To the coaches, thank you for all you do for high school athletics. No high school coach gets any material compensation, but we'd ask you to enjoy some food in our coaches' room, enjoy the coaches' social as a small token of our appreciation. And finally, to the fans, come and enjoy some great food in our concessions, some great artwork on the walls, and most importantly, some great basketball. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sundy. We look forward to watching you guys play this weekend. We would now like to welcome the Luther Lions senior girls team to the tournament and Coach John Graff up to the front to introduce.
Hello and welcome. I'd first like to thank all of our guests for being here today and the media committee for all of their work in putting this event on. Yesterday, in my grade 10 classes, I was sharing my own grade 10 experience at LIT. For those of you that don't know, I attended Luther back in the 1990s. In my lecture to my grade 10s, I was trying to capture the magic of the tournament and how it creates amazing experiences and memories for not just the teams, but everyone involved. It was the 40th annual LIT in my grade 10 year. I was lucky enough to be on the junior boys basketball team, so I was a gopher for one of the teams. I remember how welcoming they were to me as the gopher. That experience was great. I remember sitting right up there for the first few games on Thursday and kind of taking in the magic of this place. As you saw on Monday in Mr. Hunter's slideshow, that year we took the tournament on Saturday to the Agrodome, or to the Brand Center as it's now called. Friday night we all had to head over there to get it ready for the tournament. So after the Friday games we left school, we went over to the Brand Center, and we spent like 4 or 5 hours getting it ready, which was pretty cool. We got to walk around the catwalks, we got change rooms. It was kind of neat. Those are memories that I'll never forget. I treasure all of those memories. I treasure all the memories that I've had in the 31 years or 33 years since. I remember Rob Vanstone sending his nephew to get a full pizza for them to share every day of the tournament. And it was probably me saying, "Are you sure you don't need that 48-piece pizza?" I remember our LIT wins in 2006 and 2016. Special times. This year I have the opportunity to coach for the first time in the tournament. I get to coach a wonderful group of players. They're excited, a bit nervous, I'm sure, but ready to make their memories. I would like to wish all of the other teams good luck. I'd like to thank all of the people that make this tournament what it is. That's all of you. Go out and make your memories. Thank you for being part of my memories. And go Lions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Graf. We wish you girls the best of luck this weekend. We will now begin to introduce the rest of this year's attending teams.
First, we would like to welcome the Cardston Cougar boys, coached by Jamie Atwood. The Cougars are joining us from Southern Alberta, and we are very excited to have them here this week.
Next, we are pleased to announce the Dakota Lancers girls, who are traveling and joining us from Winnipeg. The Lancers are coached by Eric Sung, and we cannot wait to watch them compete.
Joining us from Calgary, we have the Ernest Manning Griffins boys team, coached by Jeff Rondeau. We wish the Griffins the best of luck this weekend at LIT.
We'd like to introduce our next senior girls team, the LCI Clippers from Lethbridge, Alberta, coached by Darren Miller. We hope the team enjoys their time at the tournament.
Next, traveling in from Winnipeg, we would like to welcome the Garden City Gopher boys team. They're coached by Manoj Naurang, and we look forward to watching them compete.
We would also like to invite the Garden City Gopher girls team, who would also be joining us from Winnipeg. They are coached by Roberto Campanella Jr.
I would now like to introduce the Miles MacDonald Buckeyes boys team from Winnipeg, Manitoba. We hope the Buckeyes and head coach Jonathan Jansen enjoy their time.
Introducing the Walter Murray Marauders girls team. They are coming to the tournament from Saskatoon with coach Katie Farmer.
Also joining us from Saskatoon for the 71st annual LIT, we would like to introduce the Walter Murray Marauders boys team, coached by Darren Miller.
Now introducing the Centennial Chargers girls team from Saskatoon. They are coached by Madeline Humbert, and we would like to welcome them and wish them best of luck this week.
Now, let's welcome the Martin Monarchs boys team from right here in Regina. The Monarchs are coached by Rob Thompson, and I would like to invite him up to introduce his team.
Hello, I'm Rob Thompson from the Martin Monarchs. 8th year with Martin as a head coach, and I got some of my players here that are captains, and I'd like to introduce them, have them come up, introduce themselves, and say what they're looking forward to in the 71st LIT.
Hello, my name is Thomas Olson. I'm looking forward most to the atmosphere and just playing competitive basketball and playing teams out of province.
My name is Aiden Newton, and I'm most looking forward to competing in high pressure situations and the louder crowds.
My name is Corbin Andrews, and I'm most excited for the competitive atmosphere.
I'll just add a little bit more. So, for me, this is a special place. I was fortunate enough to play in this tournament 35 years ago, right in this gym, in front of a packed house, an iconic game, shooting free throws on this hoop, that hoop, coming down the stretch, being down by a point, having the ball in my hand, the daunting task of attacking 2 7-footers. So this is very special to me. I got to play in it in 1990 as a player, and fast forward into the later 90s, early 2000s. I was an assistant coach with Belfer Redmond under Glenn Ficula, and we were fortunate enough to win the title in 98 and 99. Some great competitive teams, and now being at Martin here for my 8th year, it's taken all 8 years, and for these guys that have been with me for the last 3 or 4 years, it's taken every bit of effort to get in here to qualify for this, and we're looking forward to competing, the crowds, the excitement, the school spirit, everything about it. Phenomenal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Now introducing our second in-town team joining us for the LIT. The Labola Suns senior girls team, coached by Garrett Todd.
I would now like to welcome our final boys team, the Riffle Royals, coached by Stephen Shields.
Now I'd like to introduce our final team attending LIT 71, the Miller Marauders girls team. They are coached by Carter Martins, and we're incredibly excited for them to be here. I'd like to introduce Coach Ortman to briefly introduce his team.
Good morning. We were told when we got here that we'd have to make some comments, so I was trying to think, sitting there, what to say that hasn't already been said. Thank you for having us here. We're very excited about basketball, but as you know and has been said, LIT is about more than basketball. High school sport is more about the sport, more than just what it is. I was trying to think of some thoughts to say about Hollywood as our theme this year. When film is at its best, it encourages us to take a look at what is and to dream of what could be. When basketball is at its best, it's LIT. LIT is the dream of what a high school basketball tournament could be. It's pure hype. It's the combination of so many things. It's pure sport, pure athleticism. It's awesome crowds and fans. It's high stakes basketball. It's the combination of all the things that we do in high school, of our arts, of our audiovisual teams, of our student leadership. It brings together at LIT all these things at their best. My connection with Luther is not as historic as some of the former speakers. I did work here in the dorms for 2 years, and I fell in love with LIT a few years ago. The final boys game was Sisler from Winnipeg and another team that I don't remember. Sorry, that team. Raymond, that's right, yeah, it was Raymond. And Raymond was these huge, all over 6 feet dudes, absolutely massive, the antithesis of what I am. And Sisler was all these little guards, fast, but they were getting beat up. They were just outsized. And the whole crowd, the entire gym, got behind Sisler, who were down like 20 points or something. And all of a sudden, they started hitting threes. And all of a sudden, they were stepping over half court, and they were launching it. And all of a sudden, Sisler came back from this huge deficit and won. Basketball at its best is LIT. And to quote a movie, Moneyball, Brad Pitt says, how do you not get romantic about baseball? How do you not get romantic about LIT? I'd like to introduce our captains from Miller, Olivia Leonard, Jordan Newman. They are absolute studs and stars. I encourage you to come watch us play, and they're going to show you what they've got. Thank you for having us at this prestigious tournament. Good luck to everybody.
Thank you, Coach Ortman. We're incredibly excited for all of these teams to come and play at LIT 71 and wish all of the teams the best of luck this weekend. We're so thankful for all the hard work and effort of both the Luther and the larger community, and hope everyone's able to enjoy the event.
This concludes the 71st Annual Luther Invitational Press Conference. We would like to thank all of those who attended the event, including all the local media, for their continued support both today and throughout the years. We now invite the media to stay and interview any coaches, players, or advisors they would like to. We look forward to seeing you all at the tournament over the next few days. Thank you for your support. Have a great day.
Very quickly, all those advisors, or sorry, all the different committee members, we need to meet back there, please, to get your badges today. Mrs. Mars, okay? Oh, Blitz night tonight. Hey, Blitz night tonight. Girls play at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Blitz night tonight for all of our committees, basketball teams, student body. Be here tonight. Pizza around 9:30. And we'll make sure we get everything up and everything going. Have a good night. All right, see you this weekend. Have a great weekend.